Oh, here we are, guys. We're in the main screen of Flight Simulator 2020. As you can see, I've got 185 hours up at the moment, so I'm trying to get to 200, which is my next level. I'm going to go to the world map, and I'm going to fly the Qantas A320neo today, and I'm going to, because we've got a cyclone running up in the north, I'm going to go from, let me see, where's Townsville? Brisbane, Cairns, Brisbane, Gold Coast. Here's Cairns. There it is. Townsville. I'm going to set that as departure from Townsville, and I'm going to fly up the coast to Cairns. I want to have a look, set arrival. I want to look how bad the weather is up there. Alright, so I'm going to set it for live weather. Alright, see what it's like up there when we get up there. Alright, now I'm going to fly low altitude airways. Now let's have a look if I've got an ILS into Cairns. Yes, I have. Oh, that one probably do very nicely. I might have to go past and come back in again. Yes, I do, but that'll do fine. Okay, so now that we've done that, we'll click on the fly button down here, which should put us on the runway in a minute. So let each little bit load. Don't know how bumpy it's going to be, but hopefully we'll stay in the air and not come down. Do 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 do. Oh, isn't this fun? Fun, fun, fun. I'll just set up my quadrant here. As soon as I get the plane up, I'll set some flaps for taking off, and that's about it. Make sure my reverse thrust is off from the last flight. My parking brake there I need to turn off before we take off. And generally with an A320neo, takeoff speed is usually, here we go, takeoff speed is usually about 140. I just want to, can I do that? No, hang on. Righto, we're on the runway. Okay, I want to take that out of there. I'll put it in my extra monitor over here because I want to be able to see what I'm doing when I get up there, so see what the altitudes and airspeed are when we're up there. I might also take this one too and put it over there. That'll do, thank you. It's just so I can see my instruments without having to go down into the cockpit. A couple of things I need to set up here. I'll put the terrain on so I'm not flying too low over the mountains, so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, I better put my flight plan that we just made into here. There it is. Oh, there it is. Okay, finally it popped up. That's my flight plan. Okay, we're about ready to take off. I think a couple of things I might change. No, I won't. Flight director on. Got everything on, speed. I got everything on that I need. So we'll. What we'll do now is we'll give it some flaps. I can't hear the flaps for some reason. I don't know why, but anyway. Have I got power on the engine? Actually, for this flight I might let the autopilot take off on this one, I think. I don't know why. Yeah, here we go. Not getting any sound for some reason, that's what I thought. Oh, I know why. That's better. Now I've got it. Okay, we're up in the air. Oh, a bit of a side wind there. I don't know whether I'm still recording. Yes, I think I am, yes. Okay. So we're up out of Townsville, the Castle Hill over there, Townsville, on the left. Currently flying at about 600 feet at the moment, and we're going for an altitude of 5,000 feet. There's the terrain, come on. Now those red bits are the bits we've got to see because we'll be too low over those. But we are climbing, so we'll get out of there. We need to get some altitude. And we will be climbing to 10,000 feet. I've got 1,500 feet at the moment, so we're pretty clear of the mountains, we're right. I'll turn on the auto braking, I'll set it to maximum, thank you. Okay. We'll get a speed up once we reach 10,000. Speed will pick up because we have to stay at no more than 250 knots until we get to 10,000 feet, and then it's anybody's guess. We'll go up to 300 odd, and I may have to, if she gets an overspeed, I may have to pull her back on the speed brake, but we'll be alright. Get her up to, it should stay where it is actually, it should stay about 250, 260 on the way up to 10,000, it shouldn't change very much. We'll have a look at the bad weather when we get up there, see if we can stay in the air. What's the distance we're travelling anyway? Let's have a look. 284 kilometres, so it's not that bad. We'll be up there in no time at all. And we're going to get we're getting a bit of buffeting now actually, we're getting some turbulence as we turn. See, I've got these other gauges over here on my other monitor so I can monitor what I'm doing without having to dip my head down and look inside the cockpit all the time. I can see what's going on. Yeah, it's a little trick, you know, if you hold down your right alt button and at the same time your left mouse button clicks on here, you can I've already done it, but anyway, you get that and you can carry it over to the other screen, so it's out of your way. Don't know whether we're going to get too much bad weather because I think it's still a couple of 100 kilometres offshore at the moment, this cyclone, so we'll see what happens. But we are, let's have a look, doing live, so let's see live weather, so should get live weather. I didn't want to get too technical, so I haven't added a wind layer, I just want to do it like it is. I'll just give myself a bit of this better, I can see now what I'm doing, where I'm going. But the engines on the A320neo, very quiet. It's almost relaxing, you know. If I want to have a look outside, it's a little bit noisier. Go up here, have a look at the external. So we're flying a nice Qantas A320. Nobody's dropped the toilet by the look of it. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, a bit of wind blowing out there, I think. Let's come back inside. It's getting cold out there. Yeah, we're getting blown around a bit. 275 kilometres should only take, I don't know, half an hour at the max. But I do like flying through thunderstorms, it's quite interesting. And by staying at the low altitude airways, you usually go right in the thick of it, right in the middle of it. Yeah, high altitude airways, you get over the top of it. I'm a glutton for punishment. Get buffeted around in the seat. Whoa! Out to sea there is the storm. I haven't seen much of it at the moment. Up here at the top you've got all your batteries and APCU, APU and all that kind of stuff, and your you've got all your anti-ice up here. They go in rows. Here you've got your batteries up here, you've got the engine down here, you've got your heating for the cockpit and for the passenger cabin, and the anti-ice of course, should you need it. And of course down here, in the belly of the beast as they say, if you should get a shaker, stick shaker as they say, in this particular plane you'll hear an audible that says overspeed, overspeed. Well, all you do is pull the brake lever back, say 32 degrees, whatever, and that'll take the shaker off. Right, that'll bring it back into norm. Okay. As you can see, this plane flies with a side stick, but you can use a yoke just the same as a flight stick. Weather's starting to look a bit yucky ahead. As you can see, kept getting blown off course. We've got a lot of side wind coming at us at the moment. Just see what our navalog says. What are we on? I'm just having a look. We're on okay, Ibuxie, I think. Yep, Ibuxie is where we're at, so that one's nearly finished, and then we'll be going to Sparrow, so we haven't got far to go. These are the legs in between on our trip this morning. Oh yes, and lightning over there on the left, so we're heading towards it. Let's have a look. Is that Ibuxie? Yeah. Well, I think we've gone to Sparrow now. Yes. So we've got, we're nearly there. We've got 76 kilometres left to Sparrow, which is showing up here, 78. And then we've got 59 on IFL, and then into Cairns, 80 kilometres. Ooh, we're getting a good buffeting now. Don't you love it? It's nice when you know you can't hurt yourself. Getting a bit of a buffeting, but I don't think we're going to hit it too hard. What have we got here? Just gone over the 10,000, so our speed has come up now to 280. It's dropping back down to 260 now. That's alright. And I might just take that off and put the autopilot on. See what he'll do for me today. Okay, now we're in autopilot mode. Overspeed, yes, that's what I figured. So we come down here and we give it maybe, that'll do, 32 will do, and watch it come down. And it's a little bit more. 50%, that'll bring it down. Yeah, it started to come down, but we'll give it a bit more anyway. Here it comes. You can see the trim wheel going around. She's coming down. See, she stopped. Now we're at 10,000. The autopilot is now running. It is holding us at 10,000 feet, which is good. Sometimes it doesn't work that way, but it is working this time. And soon, let's have a look. There we go, soon. Yeah, we've got, after this 50 kilometres, we've got 80 kilometres into Cairns. So we should start descending before long. And get us on the flight path into Cairns. I don't know how windy it's going to be, but if there's a bit of wind about, it'll be a bit of bumpy landing. There's a bit of lightning around at the moment, which there always is in the top end this time of the year. Cockpit door is locked. Not that I'm expecting anybody to break in. Weather's not too bad at the moment. Probably would be if I went higher. There's not really much above Cairns, really, where we could take an Airbus, unless we fly over to Fiji or something. Don't think that'd be a very good flight. But anyway, might have a look at that in the morning. This cyclone's supposed to wind up to category 3 tonight, so we don't know what will happen later. What's air traffic control saying? I've got them turned off at the moment. Expedite your climb to 10,000 feet, Cobra 1. Yeah, which is what I've just done. Gone up to 10,000 feet. I'm waiting for them to tell me to descend to 8,000 feet or 4,000 feet, whatever, and get us lined up for a landing. Depending. Always very wary around this area because it's very mountainous. See, it's still telling us to expedite our climb to 10,000 feet, and we are right on 10,000 feet. So like I said, it's not been working properly. So that's why I've got the sound turned off, otherwise it'll drive me nuts. I'm doing the right thing, but air traffic control doesn't know I'm doing the right thing. So I'll turn it off so it doesn't drive us nuts. But I want to see if it gives us a descent instruction eventually, which is what it probably will. But what I'll have to do though, in order to see that, I have to switch over here to control aircraft, so the aircraft will respond to the request to descend. I mean 10,000 feet's not very high altitude. Doesn't take long to descend from 10,000 feet to 4,000 feet, down to 3,000 feet. Sometimes they bring us down to 3,000 feet, depends on the mountain ranges around the place. Sometimes we come in 4,000 feet, 5,000 feet, and not until we actually get on the glide slope do we drop down to 2,500. Get on the glide slope for landing. Getting a bit dark out there. I mean, some of these pilots that are flying these things really haven't got a clue, mate. They give themselves all sorts of stupid names that they can't remember themselves, half of them. They don't talk to air traffic control anyway. I just find myself a simple call sign which everybody recognises, whichever plane I get in, and it's Cobra 1. It's very simple, Cobra 1, and it still is called Cobra 1 irrespective of what plane I'm flying. And the numbers on my tail, you can't see it on this one. Unless I go outside and have a look, but I don't think you can see the numbers on the side. Yeah, let's have a look. Oh, the landing gear's down. See if I can get close enough to have a look. Yeah, see the CA? The CA is Cobra Airways, 888 Dave Simons, DS. That's the number on my... Let me bring my undercarriage down. It's already down, that's good. Let's get back in the cockpit. We should be descending. I better put the control down. I've got a feeling I should be descending. No, I don't want that. Get rid of that. Let's go up here. Brisbane Cobra 1 continuous plan at 10,000. Okay, well maybe they're not ready to bring me down yet. Alright. Yeah, I like to land it myself. It gives you a feeling of satisfaction that you've put it down, because it's important, of course. You don't want to get hit with a crosswind. It did happen to me once this morning, and I had to quickly throw my feet on the pedals to steer, which sometimes happens, not very often. There we go. Oh no, that's not mine, someone else's. Yeah, DMD, expedite your descent to flight level 300. Well, it should be 3,000 actually. Here's 3,000. Oh, lightning. It's always good to land in a storm. I might request a altitude decrease of maybe 2,000 feet. Comes up here, descend and maintain 8,000 feet. Okay. So you can do that. You can do your own descent if you want to. Makes it easier for the final transition into landing. But you've got to keep your eye open for mountains. Because without flight plans I don't know what the height of the mountains are around here, I have to keep my eye on the planner down here. If I see any red things pop up in front of us, fly around those. Terrain map is good. Flew over one mountain this morning in New Zealand that the program had me at 8,000 feet, and I was flying over the top of this mountain. It kept saying 100 feet, 100 feet, so I had to pull up real quick. I might come down to 6,000 feet. Descend and maintain 6,000 feet. I don't see anything around that's too high. We should get some descent instructions shortly. The 12 kilometres. I suspect that we might have to do a left, I think. May even be a right, I can't remember. Can't see a runway over there. There will be one around here somewhere. Yeah. Ooh, lightning. Okay. Not too bad weather-wise. There we go, Cobra 1, you're 46 miles south, climb and maintain 10,000 feet, that's wrong. You'll give me another one in a minute. I'm not going up to 10,000 feet, buggy. Left an approach. Cleared to CS, Cobra 1. Okay, oh I see, yes. We've got to go over that mountain, that's why. We've had to go up to 10,000. But that's alright, I shall use that. Yeah. Now, do I trust the autopilot? I don't know. It should be alright. Let's see how the mountain goes. Take that off and use the autopilot. He's going to level off at 7,000 feet instead of 10. Alright, well we'll use this one. See if that brings us up. That's better. Now we're climbing. I need to take the speed brake off. Give us a bit more power. So we can get over this mountain. Now we're climbing now. 7,500. See the mountains starting to turn up on the terrain monitor down here. We've got some green ones. They have different shades of green. Very dark green, of course, is almost sea level, and these light green ones you can see starting to come in. You've got to keep your eye on those. So when they go orange and you get a couple of red ones in the middle, you've got a problem. It's telling you, go up, young man, you're too low. Do 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 do. 9,500, nearly up to 10,000. interested to see how much ground we've got beneath us when I go over the top of this peak. It may say 10,000 on the altitude, but it could come down and say 2,500, which it invariably does. And what have we got? We got the flight director on. Let's look at the landing system. Turn that on. Okay. Oh, getting thrown around a bit. Turbulence. Don't you love turbulence? Don't know whether you're Arthur or Martha or whether you're up and down or down. I haven't touched the yoke yet this flight. Co-pilot seems to be doing reasonably well. What's that telling us? Oh, okay. I think I better, yeah. Let me see if this bloke's going to give me the ILS. I can see the airport. I think that's it there. Starting to move in, isn't it? Okay. I think he's going to bring us down to past this mountain range. That's the end of the runway there, I think. He might take us out to sea and bring us in again from the seaside, from the seaward. Yeah, she's up and down. Oh, it's going to be a hairy ride. Yes, don't think I'm going to risk the autopilot on this. Good. Let's see what happens. You'll probably help to keep us straight. Might be coming in this way, I would say we possibly are. The entrance to the runway is right there. There we go. That won't last for long. It's because it's bringing the speed down for landing. That's why we're getting an overspeed. There's the airport down there. It's going to take us past it and come back. That's what it's going to do. Contact Cairns approach. Continue to CS. Descending to 5,000 feet. Okay. Well, we're a bit high for that, so we've got to come around, descending to 5,000 feet. It's probably going to take us out to sea and bring us in the other way, I would say. Seems we're a bit high for the airport at the moment. It'll give us another vector in a minute. No, I'm not going to shake him up. I'll let him do what he wants for a minute. If necessary, I'll do an aborted landing and we'll go around again. Cyclone out there. Still coming down to 5,000 feet. That's right, I remember we had to go past on the flight plan, we had to go past and do a U-turn, come back in. That's what we're doing. We're currently at 5,700 feet, descending to 5,000 feet. You can see the loop that we have to do here. See, we have to go up there and come around in. Was on the plan. Visibility is not much. You can't see too many nice boats down there or anything like that. It's just a mucky, murky mess. Oh, there's water down there. What are we doing? Okay, we've got to go a little bit further, and then we've got to do a left. Line ourselves up, do another left, and then come in on the back approach. Okay. Easy! Easy peasy. I love complicated things. Well, my undercarriage is down, so I'm happy about that. I shall just adjust my throttles a little bit for when I hit the runway. I'm letting the autopilot still control the aircraft at the moment until I get on the glide slope. There's a mountain range ahead of us. There's nothing on the terrain warning. See down here we're turning, we're going to the left. Then we'll have to do another left and come in. Isn't this fun? When you've got nothing else to do. Oh yes, see we've got some mountains in front of us. We'll watch that. That's alright, they're not red. We're going to do a sharp left now. We're still already doing a left, so we'll just keep coming around. Yeah, there's some red mountains. We don't want to run over those. Okay. We should be coming down. What are we at? 3,900 feet. Doing nicely. We've got a bit more of a left further up and that'll put us on the glide slope, I reckon. There she blows. See if we can get a nice smooth landing out of this. Do 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 do. Give it up. Boo, boo. 3,800, and the runway will be almost at sea level, so that shouldn't change much. I don't think we're going over anything that's too high a ground, which will bring that down. If we can avoid these mountains on our right, we'll be okay. We've just got to do a slight left turn and we're on the runway. There it is, there's the runway. See? 24 kilometres, we'll pick up the glide slope now. We just have to line up on the glide slope. 3,800 feet. Come on mate, don't go past it too much. Good, you can turn now. Come on mate. Mind you, he has been known to go around a second time, but I don't really want him to do that. Come on mate, give us the glide slope, don't give us a hard time. He's getting himself lined up, I think. Yeah, there we go. We should have the glide slope to our right in a minute. There it is. Has he come around too far? That's all right. Oh, shut up, the overspeed's nothing to worry about at this point. It's automatic because it's reducing our speed for landing, so that's not a problem. Those red lines should have gone blue. Yes, they have. Yeah, because we were too fast before. Now, if we can get into here. Got to straighten up for the runway. Don't want him to do any silly shenanigans. 17 kilometres, I'll let him do his thing for a minute. So there's some very nasty red mountains there which you can crash into in this area. We want a nice smooth landing, young John. Torture all I know, now you know nothing. I'm joking, of course. 2,500, you see? Actually it says 2,700, but obviously part of it's above sea level. Line us up. I won't take it over until I get to 4 or 5 kilometres out, and then I'll see what he's given us to work with. I mean, I can always slide into the right if I need to with the foot pedals. Don't particularly want to do that. I don't think I'll have to. He'll put us on the glide path. It's always good to keep your eye on what's going on until you really get used to it, because I wouldn't put 100% trust in the autopilot. You've always got to be ready to step in like you do when you get an overspeed. A co-pilot can't handle the overspeed, you have to do it yourself. Oh, we're coming in nicely. About 1,500 feet at the moment. We should get the 1,000 feet warning shortly. don't think I'm quite lined up yet, nearly. 7 kilometres. Okay. I'll take it when I get 1,000. Thank you. Okay, I'm just about ready to take it now. I usually take it at about 5. I think we're lined up pretty well. Okay, I'll take it now. Okay. 4.6 kilometres. Should be down to 500 shortly. Come on, mate, don't keep us in suspenders. Thank you. 400. 300. 200. It's going to be a bit to the left of the runway, I think. That's alright. I can correct that. 200. 100. Throttle back. 20. Retard. Okay. We'll let him taxi us in. At least we're on the ground. Come on, give us a vector. I'm surprised he hasn't told us to leave the runway. Oh, here we go. It's going to take us round to the right. When the arrow's actually pointing to the left. Like I said, don't trust the autopilot. To contact ground in a minute and get instructions to the gate. The only flight I'm going to do today now, and after this one I'm going to I'll put this up on YouTube, and then I will go and read my book for a while. I think I'm a bit tired today. I already did a big one from Christchurch to Hobart. It took me about 4 hours. Okay, what do you want? Taxi to gate 22 via taxiway Alpha Alpha 2 cross runway 15 Bravo 3 Bravo C Cobra 1. Right, here we go. Like I said, it's quite a mouthful if you want to use use the microphone and do your own talking. We're going to have to cross runway back where we were, which is what I thought. Yes, weather wasn't too bad. I thought it was going to be worse than that. It was worse than that yesterday when I flew over the top end, but anyway, we'll have a look. It's still a lot of fun. Gives you some challenges along the way of what you want to do. Where else would you be if you'd be flying around? I like to fly live weather because you're flying with what's going on naturally around you, but you can, which I advise for new pilots that haven't done much. You know, you always go and fly around on clear skies and have a look at the scenery, which is good also. Having seen most of the scenery around here, I'm quite happy to fly on live weather. We're going to be parking over there. There's our parking area. See the blue holding area there? That's where we're going to. That's where they want us to park. We're crossing runway. We have permission. They've got all these generic planes around here. Once upon a time, I used to be able to put Qantas planes in there instead, but they changed all that with one of their updates, and I can't do it anymore. So, you know, it would have been nice to have had some, you know, Jetstar and some Qantas in there. You know, maybe some FedEx or something. The other thing to remember, of course, when you're flying these things is, you know, if you've used autopilot and the autopilot's put the gear down, make sure you put the gear down on your controller as well, because if you suddenly switch to non-autopilot and you're flying it yourself, you might find you land with the gear up. You'll be in trouble. So you should always keep your eye on the gear lever, see if it's down or up. Did it? We've got somebody to wave us in today. One of the drawbacks of these things sometimes is that they've got the unloading chutes in the way for the passengers, and sometimes you have to run right through them, but it doesn't do any damage. You haven't quite got it lined up on that yet, but not too bad. Yeah, little bloke there. It's going to wave us in. Oh yeah, looks like we're going to be clear of the loading ramp. Bloody LZ7, I've never heard of them before. Come on, mister, keep waving the sticks, we're coming. Now when we have finished, he'll stop us actually, and we'll still have to creep up a little bit before we're finished. And then once we're actually done, the plane will, now that I've got it on control aircraft, it will automatically shut everything down for you, and we can jump back to main menu, and you're ready to go again. Here he comes. Now we're going to be stopping here. Now we have to try and build up enough speed to come up to him. It takes a couple of seconds. I don't want to use the throttle because I'll run him over. Come on mate, let's go. Get a bit of gas going here. Now there's any landing you walk away from is a successful landing, I reckon. And don't always trust your co-pilot. Come on, we're starting to creep forward now, that's it, we'll get to the end of it. See, he'll start to bring his arms up as we get close. They're very useful, these black fellas, eh? Up you go. Now he'll drop his left arm. And then the brakes will come on and here we go, and then we'll gradually shut everything down. It'll automatically shut down if you don't do yourself. As the engines wind down. There we go, shutting off some of the power. There we go, nearly done. There we go. Now, see, this gives you the opportunity. Now, that's the flight we just did, which was 42 minutes. Alright, from Townsville to Cairns. You get a takeoff in the day and a landing in the day. Alright, and then from here you see you can go back to main menu. So, and then you're ready to go all over again if you want to. So we'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it.